Hello viewers, I want you to watch this video and listen to what he has to say. Thank you.
Deuteronomy 2:24, God was speaking to the Israelites. He said, rise ye up, take up thy journey, go beyond the river Arnon. He said, behold, I have given unto you. Can you imagine scriptures? Something has been given to you, but you can't have it until you fight for it. Behold, I have given unto you Sihon the Amorite, king of Heshbon, and his land. He now said, begin to contend with him. Because even God knows nothing is given. Everything is taken. And so a man who is seeking enlargement must become very aggressive with destiny. If you sit down, your promotion will not come. If you are sleeping, your blessing will not come. You'll catch it in the place of warfare. And so a believer who is not ready to fight will never see enlargement. Because this kingdom is against you. Christians are endangered species. Everything in this world is fighting us because we stand for the truth. Jesus speaking, he said, in this world you will have tribulation. He said, but be of good cheer, I have overcome the world. And so the way you enforce that overcome position is by fighting for it. If you are quiet, you die. If you are silent, you are subdued. Every man making impact is a fighter. You need to see what we do when we are alone. It's a man who doesn't know these principles that watches movies. When you ask him, he says, it's my leisure time. There's nothing like leisure time, sir. What you call leisure time is actually your warfare time. While you are busy with what you are legitimately doing, the spare time you have, you conquer new territories. You go and sit down for 6 hours, that you are watching a sister movie, and then you are taking chips and drinking juice. Even that juice will soon be collected. I want to go on a holiday. Holiday what? Did you not read Galatians 1:4? It said this is an evil age. They don't do holidays here. When you find people who have entered their rest because they've conquered, tell you they want to take a 3 days break. You who is still trying to rise, you say 3 days, you will die. That man who is going for holidays fought for 20 years. What he has already is enough till he leaves this world. It's after conquering that he says he's going for holiday. The other time I was listening to, what's his name now? The guy who owns Amazon. I forgot it. Jeff Bezos. He says, sleep early, wake up late, rest very well. And then somebody will pick it and say, look at the worst billionaires are saying you should rest. And then he is 15, he is 19, he is 22, and he's sleeping early. And he's waking late. You will not even get a job in Amazon. A man who is a billionaire, who sat up all for more than 10 years, sat up thinking, now comes to tell you, sitting on over 100 billion, say sleep early, wake up late, and rest well. He said, rise ye up, take up thy journey. If you don't rise up, you will perish. Have you not read Isaiah 60 verse 1? It says, arise, shine, your light is come. Your light has come, but it doesn't mean you will shine. You will only shine when you rise. And so there are many persons, their light are on them, but they will never shine because they are lying down when the light is there. The light only shines on the man who stands. And it takes battles to stand. That's why I say, having done all to stand, stand therefore. And the way you stand is to take up the whole armor of God. If you don't take the armor of God for battle, you will be crumbled in this life. Enlargement is not a gift, it's taken. And only warriors know it. You don't know how nations are won. It's through conquest. You know, we came late. We came in the era of democracy, so we are not educated. Ask our fathers who are 60, 70 years old. They will tell you. Because they experience kingdom. What you call your village today, people fought to inherit it. Because if you don't fight, you can't have it. This country you are seeing today, people fought to possess it. You now came with a green card and say, I'm a Nigerian. This is my international passport. That thing you call a passport is the blood of men who fought. But you showed up after they've conquered. That's why you are carrying that passport. And you think you conquer your own ground by speaking English. They didn't speak English for Nigeria to emerge. They fought for Nigeria to emerge. Every territory taken is taken through battles. And that is how it will be with your destiny. For you to shift to the next level, you must fight. There was a time I I came to a junction in my life. I knew. And I was looking at God. God was looking at me. The next phase is ready. Are you willing to enter? And I knew I had to fight. And I declared a 21 days fast every month. Every month I go on 21 days fast. I rest for 9 days. I start another one. I rest for 9 days. I start another one. It was on the 6th month while I was fasting. I was in my room praying, and the walls vanished. And I saw 2 creatures standing. One had 10 horns. The other one looked like a man that was exhumed from the grave. I could see through his body. I saw bones as if he was rotting. And God told me, these are the 2 princes that rule the destinies of your bloodline. I said, I'm born again. I'm in Christ Jesus. He said, these are rebellious spirits. They don't know. You will have to tell them. You are born again, but they don't care. The devil is a rebellious spirit. It's called the opposer of God. He said they don't know. You will show them. How do I show them? It's by fighting. While I was here talking, the room where I was became my village. And I stood in my compound with these princes. And the Holy Ghost began to tell me. He said, this bloodline, there are 4 weapons they use to enslave people. He said, number 1 is pride. He said, number 2 is drunkenness. He said, number 3 is lying. He said, number 4 is womanizing. If you fight and conquer these things, they will not have authority over you. That was when I realized a preacher doesn't become popular because he has good message. A preacher becomes popular because he has fought the battles of the spirit realm. And he has conquered. So his manifestation is a testimony of his conquest. So many persons look at you, they come and recite your messages. They think it's the message that makes you explode. You will preach it for a long time. Some people look at some businessmen, they say, this man is selling spare part. The money is in spare part. You will do a lot of businesses before you are 30. At least there's nothing wrong with it. It's still experience. You are gaining experience. But if you want to prevail, it's Sunday morning. I don't want to go. These are basic principles. You have not fought and you are hoping for expansion. The word is not motivational speaking. No. There are spirits here. The devil cometh not but for to kill, to steal, and to destroy. You carry motivational speaking into the spirit realm. What? They are very, very civilized. They rule the world so much, they are audacious. And somebody will write on a certificate, civil servant. Somebody said, I didn't go to Harvard, but those who work for me went there. That means it's not university that makes men. University will refine your mind. You will fight through destiny. And if you don't fight, you will serve. That's how the world works. And so if you are looking for enlargement, you need to find your battlefield. You need to fight and you need to conquer. All this generation of sleeping and distracted people, we are joking. And that's why God doesn't want the fathers to go. If they go, we are finished. Because you don't have men who can enter their shoes. Till date, some of the great men, some of the great people, whether in church or outside of church, the way they walk. You give a boy of 25 years, 30 years, a letter to write. From the very first paragraph, you can notice more than 5 errors. If he knows how to write that letter. Somebody says he's a young apostle, he's a young prophet. 1 month, he has not fasted. You tell him to pray, he says, shabba, 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 and sleeps. And you think God will take the risk, removing the fathers from the scene. That's why they are old, tired, but they will not go. God keeps increasing burdens in their heart so that they are present. Ask yourself, gather young people, tell them, write a letter of introduction. You will be amazed. They don't even know how to go about it. And nobody is studying. Nobody is reading. Nobody is searching. Nobody is doing anything. Everybody is waiting for the day he will hammer. And that's why everybody is becoming criminals on the street, manipulating, fraudsters all over the place, because we don't know the merit of fighting through life. It takes diligence, it takes discipline, it takes focus, it takes hard work. All of those things are battles for enlargement. Don't think enlargement is just to come and hear a prophecy and jump up and catch it and go home. Yes, there is prophecy, but it doesn't begin with prophecy. Because no matter the prophecy you receive, if you have not built capacity, you will never be the candidate. God himself will be encouraging fraud to do that. And so the second principle for enlargement is the principle of warfare. And the principle of warfare is this: only what you conquer, you have the right to possess. If you don't conquer, you don't possess. What you have as your manifestation is actually the spoils of your war. If you don't fight, you don't win. If you don't conquer, you don't possess. If you are thinking of possessing without conquering, then you have deceived yourself. Old age will tell you that you wasted a lifetime. Number 3, the principle of vision. You can only have what you see. And that's why they came to the promised land, but he can't see anything. And he was loafing around. So what the sight is not physical. Loafing around, receiving nothing. In fact, he wanted to run to Egypt, and he did. Because he was not seeing until God showed him the principle. He said, even though I have declared it, it will only happen when you see it. He said, it's as far as your eyes can see that you can have. And what the devil is doing in our world today is to blind men. That's why Paul came in 2 Corinthians 4 verse 3. He said, if our good news is hid, it is hid to them that are lost, whom the God of this world have blinded their mind. Now, what Paul was saying is, if you are blinded, it means you're already lost. You don't get lost when you die. You get lost when you are blinded. So what the devil is doing is to blind the hearts of men. And how does the devil blind people? Through carnality. He said in 1 Corinthians chapter 2 from verse 12, he said, we have not received the spirit that is of this world. We have received the spirit that is of God. So we know the things that are freely given to us by God. He now went to verse 14. He said, the natural man, the carnal man, the fleshly man, the sensual man, receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God. He said, neither can he know them, because they are not seen with the physical eye. They are spiritually discerned. And so if the devil wants to stop you, what he does is to make you carnal. Look around our world today. Even if you want to buy a razor blade, you will find a naked picture there. You think it's about advert. It's a strategy of blindness. They are acting a show. They call it Big Brother Niger. It's a big brother not supposed to come to advise you on character. This big brother comes to legalize pornography. And then you find